Hey guys, welcome in. Sports with Balls.
Yeah.
I was going to say Monday. Happy Wednesday to you all.
That's funny you say Monday. You're
July
like the
5th.
third or fourth person that I've been around that's been like, dude, it feels like a Monday.
Well, yeah.
Because
yesterday was 4th of July. Happy 4th, guys. Hope you
Yeah.
all celebrated well and safely and got back to work today on time.
you know,
Maybe coming over a little bit hungover. I don't know.
no alcohol for me over the 4th of July weekend or even yesterday. I just relaxed and chilled. I just
Good for you, Jeff.
with today's cancel culture, I'm surprised we still have fireworks. Like it was funny. There was a guy on my little Nextdoor app, and he was like, "I'm just on here to see the Karens, bitch about the fireworks." And it was hysterical because there's a bunch of them. Are you?
I love fireworks.
You do?
I love fireworks. They canceled them in California, unfortunately.
Sorry.
For the first time this year.
All of my West Coast or our West Coast listeners, my bad, but really, I thought LA had fireworks shows.
Oh, come on now.
They don't.
No.
No fireworks
This
show?
was the first year that they canceled it, I believe. So, yeah, Californians, sorry you didn't get it, but we got them down here in Texas. Did you watch Freedom Over Texas? That takes place in Houston at Eleanor Tinsley, which is basically like Allen Parkway.
No, Freedom Over Texas happens in my neighborhood every year. Like right, it's so I have those bay windows, right, and you just open up the curtains and there's fireworks all over the place. But it was funny because a buddy of mine and I were talking about that this morning, whether or not you would be mad if they canceled fireworks, and I was like.
Absolutely.
I was okay at 10:30 at night. I'm not a Karen. I'm not, all right, at all. But I was okay with it being 11 o'clock. I'm watching a movie, and it's quiet. I was fine with it.
So they did them, and then they were done.
Yeah, it was by 11 o'clock it was silent.
Well, you live out in the burbs.
Yeah, I do.
I will say we went up to the rooftop yesterday, and we watched them last night, and they were going off all over town. So, of course, Freedom Over Texas is what Houston puts on. It was a really good show. You had some over in the Galleria area. You had some in City Center. Then you had some, I believe, that was like way out, like towards I-10 East. And so everywhere you looked, there were fireworks going on. So to your point, Jeff, like you would have not been happy at 11 p.m. because there were still some going on somewhere in the city.
You being the animal lover that you are, I am shocked that you are okay with fireworks still.
What do you mean?
Well, just because, look, buddies of mine had to get their
PTSD.
They got to give them drugs to pass the dogs or cats or whatever.
How did your dog do?
Ricky can't hear anymore, so he's fine.
Aw.
He's old.
Aw.
No, he doesn't mind, man. He doesn't mind at all. We had a good time. But look, we're going to have a good time today on the show.
Yeah.
This is Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael, and, of course, joined as always by the lovely Lauren Leal. And obviously, you had a decent 4th of July. I saw your pics. Look, if you're looking for Lauren on social media, type in Lauren_Leal on Twitter, or just type in Lauren Leal on Facebook, Instagram, wherever.
And if you're looking for Jeff, go to JeffMichael_422. You can find him on Twitter, Instagram, and, of course, Facebook. He loves the book with a face. I will say that.
Well, so lately, because I've been doing these little 1-minute shorts and these videos for gambling, and I've been hitting it at a 75%.
I'm sure you
rate.
hit today's Astros one.
I did. I won $100 today. We went to the game, which made it twice as sweet. We caught we got a foul ball. We got a Lance McCullers World Series replica ring. Well, and my son went with me. The Astros won the game, and I won the bet.
Man.
That is an incredible.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's
and,
pretty awesome.
The Miami
That's the
Marlins.
last time you're going to get a Lance McCullers ring, I'll tell you that much. Just saying. So you better hold that with pride, buddy. Shine it up. Put it somewhere in a box where you're not going to touch it again.
Be correct because as we know, the Houston Astros, and we'll get into their injuries here in a little bit later. But Lance McCullers out for the year now with an elbow.
Right.
Last 2 to 3 years has they've just been rough for him.
Unfortunately, yeah. We
Not
hate
in his
to
personal
wait till
life.
he see that. We hate to see that. You were talking about dogs. He actually has a dog community thing that he does as well, where he helps shelter dogs and
Got
find them
another
homes
baby
and
on
all
the way
that
as
stuff.
well.
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
Lance
Lance McCullers. We just know about your life, man. We just do. But that's what we do here with Sports with Balls. Lauren Leal, Jeff, Michael. We were talking about our 4th of July weekends. Are you for or against fireworks? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Please do. Please do. But yeah, happy 4th. Hope you enjoyed it. I was out of town, and I got to come back and enjoy the 4th yesterday with family and friends. But I got a really cool opportunity, and I'm like, you know what? Canton, Ohio, let's go.
Dude.
Hall of Fame.
Okay, so let's get into this. I saw this on social media the other day, and I was pissed.
Pissed?
With envy. I was just like, oh,
You should be like, yes, coworker, go, Lauren, friend. Come on, I would have been for you.
I was happy, but also like, because so our other host, Grant Miles, has also been to, I've never been. right? And you're on the field. And ironically, I had posted on Sports with Balls that the that the Hall of Fame game is less than a month away.
Right.
And then you show a picture of yourself on the Hall of Fame field, and I was like, oh.
It was cool, guys. It was cool. Ohio, not so much, but Jason, I sent you some photos,
there you go.
some videos. Yep. Going
There
onto
you
the
are.
field. So there I am, right there in the tunnel where the players run out. And I will tell you, the field is a lot smaller than you think it is. Like one side's larger, as you can kind of see it behind me. Goes up into the crowds. Oh, I was just kind of grabbing the mic right there, having a good old time. And then and the other side is kind of like bleachers, as if you would a Friday Night Lights kind of high school feel. But it was really cool. So it was the USFL championship game, and it was Pittsburgh Maulers versus the Birmingham.
Gotta love those
Birmingham. I gotta look it back up.
Wow, you couldn't pay me $1 million to know the
Stallions. The Stallions won. So unfortunately, we didn't get to stay for the whole game. We only stayed for a little bit of it, but it was really cool. And the biggest takeaway from Ohio, like, I loved getting to go freaking to that stadium. That's so cool. It is historical. If you're a sports fan, if you like sports at all, like, you know where Canton, Ohio is. You know what it is. Ohioans, how do you say their name? People from Ohio.
That's a good one. Now we've offended the whole West Coast and Central.
Midwest Ohio. So
great.
The trip itself was crazy because it was like 8-hour travel day. So we flew into Chicago, 2-hour layover, flew into Cleveland, which we found out is the land of duct tape.
Cleveland.
Yes.
Really?
Cleveland is where duct tape is made.
That I did not know.
No idea. So we took a picture by the sign, like getting
Welcome
at like
Sports with Balls,
1:10 a.m. and we're like, oh my gosh, the home of duct tape. So we took a picture against that in Cleveland.
It's
and then
not
we
the
had
Browns.
It's not the Browns.
It's not the
Although
Cleveland
there were a lot of
Browns.
Browns fans
It
out
is
there.
the duct tape. Oh my goodness.
There were some cute little girls with Browns jerseys, but no. So from Cleveland, we'd had to drive to Canton, which is like 50 minutes to an hour or so, and so a lot of people there smoke cigarettes. Okay, so
Still
cigarettes
Midwest?
are everywhere.
Marble Reds.
It's very spread out. It's very pretty. But the biggest takeaway for me, guys.
Yes, I want to know.
Canton, Ohio. Teeth are pretty much optional.
Teeth?
Okay.
Optional. So.
It's like, hey, sing along with us. Maybe not. No one. A lot of people there do not have teeth, and I don't know what that.
So
is,
there's not
alludes
a lot of.
to.
There's not a lot of dental
smoking,
hygienists
maybe
in the area.
If you are a dentist watching Sports with Balls, which I don't know why you are. No, I know why you are, because it's amazing and we're amazing. Go to Ohio.
Go to Ohio. Help
out. These people would put some dentures in. Get their teeth all nice and pretty and pearly whites.
Speaking of David Burns, watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. So
hey,
welcome
David.
in. We were just listening to country
in.
music. I've got some country.
Well, Neon Moon was playing at the bar. I mean, come on, it's a classic. It's a good old classic.
It is a classic.
But yeah, so that was my 4th of July. Drink happy thoughts. 4th of July, Canton, Ohio. And brush your teeth.
Very good weekend for you. Very good weekend for me. And look, we want to welcome everybody into Sports with Balls. We are over here at Christian's Tailgate as always. When we can get over here, we get a live show in at Christian's Tailgate, one of their 5 Houston locations. Come get some food, get some drinks. This place is amazing. There's probably 100 TVs, and they just put up a monster TV outside. You see that?
Oh,
the whole wall is a television. So.
Yeah, any sports you want to see right now, they're actually like having some replays on ESPN of like football. But like, yeah. Every sports channel you can think of is going on in here. So this is your hub to come watch some games.
There's 5 locations in Houston. Also, Diamond Auto Spa is an elite detailing company that offers only the best quality work and customer service. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, ceramic coating, paint protection, film, vinyls, wraps, window tinting, you name it, they got it. We don't cut corners. We detail them. Go see my buddy Austin Bauer over there, 346-319-5961 or diamondautospa.com. Also, Johnny Van Lee, who had a hell of a 4th of July party. Man, just his social media was blowing up because he has a pool party for July 4th.
Did you do it?
I did not. I was at home. I was born.
Okay.
I was at home. But money management, fix your credit. Look, you want that loan for the house or car, get the credit score you need through Johnny Van Lee at moneymanagementco.com. Raise my credit a lot. All right, guys, lots of sports going on, lots of baseball going on. Last time we spoke, we were going
Baseball is the only sport going on, but that's okay.
Well, you got the Summer League, NBA now, and
Okay.
And
okay.
honestly,
I give you that.
And honestly, football, NFL is the talks are starting to ramp up because we're about 2 weeks away, or a little less than 2 weeks away from rookies reporting to camp.
Rookies reporting to camp. I don't want to rush summertime because it's my
No.
favorite. But yes, football is always exciting. And I look up, and of course, they're talking to Brock Purdy because he just engaged. He just proposed to his now fiance.
Oh,
So-
no, did he really?
Yep. Mhm.
Bye, San Francisco.
What?
We've talked about this numerous times on this show. When somebody gets engaged, has a baby, gets married, whatever it is, after they have a really good season, we all know what happens the next season. So if you're a 49er fan, you're like, ugh. Even in golf, look at Tiger Woods. It's as soon as something like this happens, and look, I don't know, it could be superstition, it could be whatever. Like, I don't know, but it does happen. This stuff does happen. You see dramatic fall-offs.
I hate to agree with you on this point because I'm like, oh, sweet, like the girl side of me. But then I'm like, dang it, you're running the game, boy.
Yeah, it's true.
I know.
Right? If you're a 49er fan, you want Brock Purdy to stay in that zone and stay locked in. Like, bam. But guess what? Now, and I don't know, look, this is my take on it, right? Your personal life now becomes more important than your professional life.
Well, as it should.
Well,
Hello, Tom Brady.
Yeah, but look.
I know there was a lot of other things going on.
Look what
in that
happened with Tom
relationship,
Brady.
but,
His divorce caused him to absolutely go down the tanker.
I know.
And
when he didn't put his family on first,
Yeah, well, I don't think we ever.
he declined as well.
Brady was pretty private. Like, nobody even knows his first son. I think his 15, 16-year-old son is from a famous actress, right? Like,
And
nobody
he said that
really
he
knows
wished he was the dad that he was to his son. That his dad was, I don't know.
Brock Purdy had a great.
His father was to him
Yeah.
that he is to his son because he's not. He doesn't give him as much attention.
Brock Purdy had an incredible season last year, and I'm not saying you hate to see this, but it would have just been nice for him to go into the season just like he came out of the season, and things go forward. But these things happen, and look, look, Kevin Anthony, the curse is real. It is. I look. Well, Joe Burrow, is Joe Burrow married? Do we hear anything about him? And what's he doing? Balling out of control.
We'll see Cincinnati.
Patrick
We'll
Mahomes
see.
could be a case for the opposite, right? But hasn't Patrick Mahomes been with that girl since high school?
Yeah, they've been together forever.
I don't think that really counts or constitutes. But like, as soon as you become ultra famous, you have a great year. Of course, you get more attractive to some of the women that want a lot of those things, right? So then of course you get involved with one of them and you get married and whatever, and then your personal life becomes a little bit more important than your professional life, and you see it time and time again. The downfall happens, and it takes them a while to get back, and sometimes they don't. Look at Alex Bregman for the Houston Astros. Look at him.
Are we going to the Astros right now with injuries or no?
Oh,
Good segue,
man.
I guess.
Yeah, we could go.
We got a lot of baseball talk going on because obviously it is July and that's what's happening. Like you said, there's basketball, but it is the G League, and we just had the championship, and Denver Nuggets, applaud to them, won it all. But what's going on right now? Baseball's going on right now. So let's get into it. Normally we talk about like our standings, and we can get into that, and who surprises us. For me, stand out automatically, completely, the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are hot.
That is the correct adjective, and there's a bunch more that you could use.
They're 57-31, so behind them you have Baltimore 6 games back. That's in the AL East, and you got a couple of other, the Rangers are surprisingly still hot right now as well. You go down the list, and Atlanta.
The Braves.
Atlanta.
They're the last 27 games. This is insane.
They're 57-28. Sorry,
This
I
is
was reading.
historic what they've been
different
doing. Their last 27 games, they're 24-3 with 67 home runs, 7 runs a game, a 304 batting average, a 577 slugging percentage, and a plus 84 run differential in 27 games.
Man.
They are blowing the rocks off of people.
Okay. Right now, would you take the Atlanta Braves or the Tampa Bay Rays?
I would say the Braves or the field, and I would take the Braves.
Okay.
Like the Atlanta, I don't see where the Braves don't go to the World Series. They are, Acuna Jr.'s breaking records every day now. He just broke Ricky Henderson's record for home runs and stolen bases before the All-Star break. They are smashing the balls at an incredible rate. Look, and we're going to talk about health here in a second, and health plays a major part in all these teams. Atlanta's healthy. Let's just say Atlanta's very, very healthy.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the results of a very, very well put together team and a very healthy team. And I would say that the Astros would be right there with them if they were healthy.
Healthy, right. I know.
Right? I mean, go down the list of the Astros injuries.
I did look. The only slight thing that the Braves have going on that's not a positive is they're losing ownership of something like that from their media. But I feel like a lot of teams are going through a transition right now.
Sure.
Houston. So, and I've heard
it's
Dallas
the top of
too.
the second right now, and Atlanta's playing Cleveland, and it's 4-0. These guys, and look, I have my gambling thing, right? I bet on the Braves almost daily. Because they're 27-3 their last. 24-3 the last 27 games. I've won a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for a hot team, there's no team hotter than the Atlanta freaking Braves.
I know you got to see some awesome Astros baseball today too. 10 runs, and how come that has been the course of the past couple of series with the Astros? They get up 7 runs, 9 runs, 10 runs, but then they allow their opponent to sneak right back up. But that's just due to the injuries of our pitching staff.
Well, no, that's managing too. Dusty Baker's been using the bullpen,
and he's been leaving in guys for a long time.
Yeah.
When they need to be pulled.
Jason, would you give this to my son, please, sir? Thank you.
Would you agree with that? He's just leaving in guys too long?
And that's exactly right. Is what's happening is, so the Astros and their bullpen, like managing your bullpen is a huge part. We're good. All right, we're good. Managing your bullpen is a huge part of the MLB and what goes on and managing your players and finding out which guys are going to stay hot, which guys are not. But the problem is the bullpen for the Astros has been horrendous. And like the last 2 days, we couldn't use any of the bullpen because of the fact that we already used them up the previous 3 days. Now, Ryan Presley came in, closed the game out today. The Astros won 6-4 over the Rockies. But their next man up mentality has been pretty good for the Astros, right? So they're treading water right now. They're missing Brantley. They're missing Alvarez. They're missing Altuve now. We don't know. He had some X-rays done today, so Altuve might be gone. But Alvarez isn't back till after the All-Star break. They're missing two starting pitchers, 3 huge bats in their lineup. And so it's just treading water.
Urquidy is projected to come back, correct?
I don't think so.
No?
I think he's projected, but I don't see him coming back. We know Lance McCullers Jr.
He's been out since the very beginning of the season.
He's out for the year now for sure.
No, I was talking about Jose Urquidy.
Yeah, Urquidy, well, not since the beginning of the season. He got injured about a month ago, and I believe that he could come back before playoffs, but we'll see.
Houston Chronicle just put out Astros Jose Urquidy throws first live batting practice
so there you go.
at shoulder rehab.
Maybe he comes back. But
I'll have to talk to some of my inside sources to see if he's going to be coming back or not.
Let's do it. Lauren Leal with the inside scoop, as usual. Vicky Sims, Leal's Astros are coming back. And what about those Tampa Bay Rays?
We mentioned those Rays earlier, Mama. I was saying Atlanta or the Rays. The Rays were super hot. They're still doing great right now. The Braves they have cooled off a little bit.
Yep.
Now the Braves are just like fiery right now.
Yeah, and you're going to go through this. It's a long season, right? We're 87 games into the season, and it's a long season, right? And it's 162. That's where you got to finish. And it's all about being hot and healthy at the right time. That's what I always like to say. Hot and healthy at the end of September, right? So that's where you're going. That's where your aim is. And the Astros are treading water until they get there. And hopefully after the All-Star break, they'll start putting some of these pieces back in and clicking, and then right at the end of August and September is where you really need to hit your stride going into the playoffs. We know the Astros are most likely going to the playoffs. We know Atlanta's most likely going to the playoffs. We know that Tampa Bay is going to the playoffs. Now it's about maintaining.
This could be a 2019 matchup again. If the Astros get back on their high horse and if the Atlanta Braves continue to be strong throughout September, which is tough for a team to do. But we'll see if that happens. It could be, like I said, another rematch of 2019 World Series.
And if you're looking at the National League.
2021.
And if you look at the National League where we were going, Miami Marlins, 50 wins, 37 losses. Cincinnati, very, very hot team.
We're looking at I was looking at some
Arizona.
injuries, too. Injuries not just with the Astros, but with the Yankees as well. So not necessarily an injury is out with them, but Jimmy Cordero with the Yankees. So he is out now for the rest of the season, undoubtedly. He's one of their relief pitchers, and he did pretty well. He's played almost every single game as of late, and that's just due to domestic violence, unfortunately. The Yankee, quote, they put out an article that said, quote, the Yankees are fully supportive of Major League Baseball's investigation process and the disciplinary action applied to Jimmy Cordero. There is no justification for domestic violence, and we stand with the objective standards and enforcement of MLB's joint domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse policy.
Whoa. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
The New York Yankees actually putting together a pretty decent season and very quiet with their injuries as well. They're 48-38, right? It's pretty much the exact same record as the Houston Astros. The problem with the New York Yankees is that they're in the AL East, where Tampa Bay and Baltimore are both ahead of them in the standings. And we just mentioned Tampa Bay, who has cooled off a tad bit. Baltimore, great season. That kid, Adley Rushman, for them. I'm getting his rookie card. That guy is flat out a baller.
Well, I mean, we're talking about rookies now for this year, but we got the draft coming up here too.
Yep.
We got the draft starting on Sunday for the MLB.
Really?
Seeing some new guys coming in. Sunday to, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it's Sunday to Tuesday that we're going to be seeing a lot of new guys. But speaking of injuries, what we mentioned a minute ago, the Angels cannot get it right. So you have Trout. I got an update on him right as we were starting the show. 4 to 8 weeks longer out. We know that he was going to be out for a while, but that's the projected timeline. And then, of course, yesterday, I was shocked whenever I saw that Shohei Ohtani was pulled as well after giving up back-to-back runs in yesterday's game. And they said it was due to a blister on his thumb, on his throwing hand. I don't know, guys. He was already selected to be in the All-Star game. They know the Angels aren't going anywhere in the postseason. So are they just really saving him?
The Angels are actually pretty decent. And, saving him is a great question because it brings up the option of should the Angels trade Ohtani and rebuild? Right? So I don't think Trout's going anywhere. He's locked in, and Ohtani's got a contract coming up. The Angels could get an entire baseball team for Shohei Ohtani. Like they could. They could literally rip somebody's farm system absolutely to shreds for Ohtani, and plus probably get a couple of decent players right now because he's a $700 million man. And you just wonder what the Angels are going to do. Now you've got Trout. This puts them on the shelf. Like this puts the Angels in a very bad spot right before the trade deadline. What do? Do you wait and offer Ohtani the $700 million, or do you rebuild?
So the Angels sitting in third in the AL West at 45-43 is their record. 7 games back from the Rangers, and of course 4 from the Astros rather. So I don't know. They're not. You think they're going to make a run for it this postseason?
Not now. No, that's why this Trout thing is huge. And he was just swinging the bat. Absolutely terrible news for them because they were playing much better this year. All right, they were still blowing games where Trout and Ohtani did well. And you could see them maybe at the trade deadline going after a player or two, a pitcher, somebody to maybe make them a playoff team. But now, you're missing Trout for an entire month, if not 2. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This to me really, really makes me think that maybe the Angels should trade. Maybe they should trade Ohtani and get out.
They would be freaking stupid if they did that. Are you kidding me?
You don't know.
You know how much merchandise the Angels are making on Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, he is the future. And
are you kidding me?
He is the league, but
he is the best player right now, being two-way and being as good as he is. No way.
He may have just had the best month in baseball history, for pitching and batting.
If anything, you're going to get players around him. You're not going to trade him.
Well, the thing is, he's $700 million. So, do you rebuild? Man, it's a tough question. Listen, listeners, if you're out there.
If you're the Astros, yeah, you're going to trade him away because, that's what Jim Crane does.
Yeah, he's not going to spend that much money on anybody. But I don't know. If you're an Angels fan, or you're out there, just an avid baseball fan, hit us up on Sports with Balls. Go to our Twitter site, Facebook site, any site, YouTube, on Instagram. Let us know what you think. Should the Angels trade Shohei Ohtani now that Mike Trout is out for a month, maybe 2 months? And I don't see the Angels. I don't see them staying above 500 with Trout out. I think this team goes way down. And look, you're putting a lot of weight on Shohei Ohtani's shoulders to pitch and bat. an injury may be imminent for him, and maybe that's why they are pulling him. Listen, the odds to win the AL MVP race have never been like this. This is the first time in history. Shohei Ohtani is minus 1,400 to win the AL MVP. That's absurd. That has never been. The closest person to him is Corey Seager. And if you bet $100 for Corey Seager to win AL MVP, you win $4,000. But you have to. But you got to put down 1,400 to win 100 for Shohei Ohtani.
Okay. Are you gonna do it?
No. No. But I mean,
Jason.
That's how dominant this guy has been for the Angels. You could get 10 players for him. You could literally rebuild your entire baseball team for one guy.
Who's going to pay him?
First of all, if I'm the Angels, I look at somebody with an incredible farm system, right? You go after a team that's got maybe a player or two that could help you out now, and then you go after somebody's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 pitchers and 2 or 3 more players, like position players. You could probably get 10 players for Shohei Ohtani.
Where is Ohtani going? Who is going to pay that money to get the man? Not them.
Mets, Dodgers, Yankees.
Okay. So Mets are going to do that after Verlander, after Scherzer.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of those guys. I mean, look.
And they're going to bring on Ohtani after finishing out those contracts.
Well, first of all, the Mets have to be one of the biggest disappointments in baseball right now.
But those are pretty big contracts, regardless of the winning-losing scenario. Justin Verlander's contract was huge.
You know that those contracts are. If you get Ohtani, Verlander and Scherzer are out. They're gone next year, like obviously. So you're gonna drop those, and you're gonna have to pay Ohtani. I don't know how it all works out.
So you think Ohtani's going to the Mets or no?
I don't know where he's going to go. It's the million or billion dollar question, should I say, in baseball. What are the Angels going to do with Ohtani?
Who will be the first billion-dollar player in baseball?
You could easily make an argument for Ohtani.
Yeah.
You could easily make an argument for that guy. You just said just the jersey sales alone. I mean, look. Did you know? I didn't know this, but Ohtani, you know who his shoe company is?
Who's the shoe company?
New Balance.
Really?
Right?
Interesting.
That's crazy.
I mean, Jordan with Nike, when Nike was nothing.
So that's what I thought.
Converse was the shoe back then.
That's what I thought about. I was like, can this guy, because I saw a commercial for it the other day, and I was like, New Balance? Baseball shoes? Is this going the same direction that, New Balance is not known for a baseball shoe? Are they going to all of a sudden be a baseball shoe company? Because Ohtani's going to make them that popular?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
They've been doing soccer players have been doing some New Balance as well.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's like soccer's Adidas normally.
Yeah.
Want to welcome in Jason, our producer. What's up, Jason?
What's up?
He had something to say about the shoes.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying because New Balance you kind of associate with running, right? Just like
Sure, yeah.
running. Or and then the old guys.
I was just about to say, let's be real.
The barbecue
it's
shoes?
more like the dad with the high socks.
The barbecue shoes?
Yes, doing an outdoor barbecue. But I do like New
They're
Balance.
trying to change their image,
I do
I
like
guess.
New Balance. Yeah.
I gotta say, man, I don't have. Oh, it says we're having trouble connecting. Just make sure we're still up, Jay.
I'm
okay.
good. We're good.
I gotta say, I haven't bought into the New Balance thing. I haven't gone to J.C. Penney's or Payless shoes and saw those white
Academy.
Yeah, Academy, and saw those white NBs, and I haven't bought a
They're
pair.
good running shoes. Like I bought a pair to run.
You got a pair of New Balance.
Yeah.
But
I only run with them. I don't wear them out in
Here's
else.
the question: if you went to the store, all right, and you're going to play your new softball league, and you saw a pair of New Balance.
Why do you say Jason's playing softball?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, because Shohei Ohtani's promoting baseball cleats, right?
Wouldn't it be baseball?
Would you buy a pair of New Balance cleats because Ohtani is on them?
Well, if they're really good for running, maybe I'd give them a shot for softball.
You're saying you would do it rather just because of the shoe is good to run, not because of Ohtani's influence.
Well, see, I think people would. I'd try it out.
Yeah, I mean,
$80, $80.
All right, Jeff is coming next week with some New Balance
at a reasonable
on his
price.
feet.
At a reasonable price.
Yeah, you're gonna try it out because Ohtani's there, right?
I like those shoes at dancing.
I'd consider
dancing shoes.
They're good because they're light.
But see, okay, so Nike was notorious for running shoes as well before they signed Michael Jordan. So Nike was all running. That's all people knew was Nike was for track shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got New Balance kind kind of running the same way with Ohtani and trying to. I've never heard in my life of New Balance becoming a baseball shoe or a cleat.
But what is it right now? That's the question. Is it Nike?
Baseball?
Can anyone answer?
No, Nike.
Nike. Okay.
Yeah. I think Nike were cleats, right? Nike cleats. And that is, listen, if you want to be real, that's all Jordan influence too. Nike became a major sport shoe because of Michael Jordan.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
They're in soccer, they're in
100%.
basketball, they're in football.
The one
baseball.
Nikes that I remember baseball-wise, the Griffey Juniors.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those?
Yep.
They look so cool.
I do. Well, there we go. Look, I would buy a pair or get my son a pair of cleats from Ohtani. Because of time. I would. I definitely would. Because they would be popular.
Sports with Balls, sponsored by New Balance.
Yeah, New Balance. Want to come at us? Well, yeah.
Bam!
We'll talk you up. Like I said, I like to dance in those shoes.
Yeah. By the way, welcome into Sports with Balls again. Man, are we halfway through the show already? My goodness.
It just keeps happening.
Wow. I want to welcome you in.
It keeps happening.
We are over here at Christian's Tailgate here in Houston, Texas. Welcome everybody that's listening on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all those sites, man. Thank you guys for paying attention. Send us some shouts. We'll try to get your questions up as soon as we can or get to them. Interesting conversations over the first half of the show, man. Been a lot of fun. Did you know today, though, Lauren? One of your favorite days, July 5th.
What's
It
that?
is National Bikini Day.
Oh, too bad that wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, it is National. Well, that's right. It should be July 4th.
Yeah.
Today is National Bikini Day, Armenian Constitutional
But why
Day.
do you assume that's my favorite?
Well, I mean, you're tan. You're always by the water. You are all. It is when you're by the water.
I'm a water baby. I love the
you're not
water.
wearing pants.
Sue me.
National Apple Turnover. What else we got here? National Hawaii Day.
National Graham Cracker Day.
National Workaholics Day. Graham Cracker. Is that what it said? Did it say Graham Cracker?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
well, there you go. And it's also Pauly D's birthday.
Who's that?
The Pauly D is a DJ now, but was on that MTV
Oh,
show.
the DJ.
Yeah, he was on that MTV show. Whatever.
Jersey thing.
Yeah, Jersey
Yeah.
Shore. There you
Yeah.
go. Pauly D. I think he was in Houston not too long ago, doing a show. But I've never met him. I've never met him.
Like at Clay or something.
Yes.
One of these crazy
Bam.
clubs here.
You
Yeah.
are correct. But
Yeah.
welcome into Sports with Balls. We got 29 more minutes with you guys. All we did was touch the surface of this show. We welcome in Jason, our producer. And we talked about Lauren. Her July 4th weekend was a lot of fun. If you missed anything, this will all be up podcast version ASAP as soon as we are done with the show. All right, guys. Well, it says we got about 10, 15 more minutes, so we'll go.
All right. Well, let's flip the script a little bit because we said our favorite season is coming up. Not to speed up summer, but hello, we all love football. Come on now. So teams are going to be reporting very, very soon, and you have some questions down here. I want to know who you're most excited to see in training camp that may prove your suspicions right or wrong of how good they're going to be this year. What are some surprise, practices?
We touched on it at the top of the show, the San Francisco 49ers.
Just because of Brock Purdy's engagement,
Well,
really?
no. I just want to see what direction they're going with Trey Lance, like how this is all going to work out, how great how great Brock Purdy was for them during the regular season last year and all that stuff that went on. I'm really interested to find out what happens in training camp with the San Francisco 49ers. I got a feeling that if you are a 49er fan, if you're the coach of the 49ers, you play Brock Purdy. Because if you don't, and Trey Lance loses the first two games, your butt is in a sling. But now, listen, Kyle Shanahan's an absolute genius. I think he's one of the smarter coaches in the NFL. But I don't see how there's a way where you play Trey Lance. Right? I don't know how that works out. But
injuries.
Brock Purdy, he did it, and he looked very comfortable doing it. And I liked the way he played the game.
I think Brock Purdy will start. I think they're both going to get some showtime in preseason to see what they do. There's 2 of those games, right? I feel like it changes every year. There's 2 preseason games.
Yeah, there's only 2 now.
After the Hall of Fame game.
Yes. Well, even if there is 3, I think the third one is just to see if you make the cut of the teams. But there's also there's not controversy in Denver. Denver has a new head coach. Sean Payton.
They do.
See if if Russell Wilson can cook.
So that is literally what I have in my notes. I
All right,
say
let's
that.
go.
Well, I just say that over there in Denver, yes, Sean Payton is going to put together some great schemes that make Russell Wilson just flourish. And it's really up to Russell Wilson if he's going to make it, because I'm not sure who his weapons are. They've been the same as a couple of seasons now, right?
Yeah.
So if he's going to work better with him this year, I don't know, or if it's just going to be a hand the ball off situation and they're going to get some leg power in there.
Man, wow. I'm getting going. Like, the NFL's coming. Like, so I'm pretty excited just talking about it. I was just looking at this stuff and like, look, Denver Broncos. That's going to be a fun team to watch, right? Green Bay Packers.
If they don't just lose every time.
The Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's forgetting.
Weird.
Everybody talks about the Jets. But the Packers are going to be so weird to look at because who are the two quarterbacks that you've seen behind the Green Bay Packers for the last 20 years?
Brett Favre
and Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
And now they're on to a whole new chapter in Green Bay. Like, how is that going to play out? Like, it's the NFL preseason is less than a month away. I just like the Hall of Fame game is August 28th, right? So, you know, well, I say less than a month. It's a little more than a month. So
August.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
the August 28th.
The enshrinement, I think of it as August 2nd or August 1st. So.
I think I had that. Hold on. I think it's my bad. So the Hall of Fame game is actually August 3rd. That's why I said it's less than a month.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, I know that. Yeah, the enshrinement's like the 1st or the 2nd, and it normally follows that. So
the Jets and the Browns, and then look again, we're talking about the NFL and teams that are intriguing, and the watchful eye of half the nation will be on the New York Jets and seeing if Aaron Rodgers can work his magic in New York. That's going to be highly anticipated and highly watched. If he comes out and goes 0-2, imagine that New York media. Oh,
I don't know. I just it's so hard to make these predictions. You can guess all you want until the day of the game comes. But we've seen a resurgence in so many players when they just move a city. And I feel like he had so much bad just aroma around him in the Packers situation, in their organization. And so moving to a new city, moving to a newer team, I don't know. I just feel like you might see a little bit of that in Aaron Rodgers too. Well,
it's funny you say that because did you hear a lot of pushback from Green Bay? Like, even the fans. You heard zero pushback from them. They were just sort of like,
we're ready to move on.
Which is funny coming from a guy that had won 2 MVPs out of the last 3 years and took them almost to the Super Bowl. Like, again, and the Green Bay Packer fans and the organization and everybody was just sort of like, good riddance. And I think that Green Bay is going to find out that having a successful quarterback in the NFL is highly needed. Because I don't think that Green Bay is going to come out firing like they're supposed to, even though.
Good riddance. I haven't heard that phrase in a long time.
Good riddance.
Good riddance.
All right, we got a few more minutes. What else do we want to touch on?
You tell me, boy.
Boy. It's been a great show. The Damian Lillard sweepstakes.
Oh, okay.
Before we get out
Go ahead. I don't think anything's happening there. But
I just want to ask you this because, look, we'll be back on Monday for another show, but there's 4 teams involved in this. Miami, the 76ers, the LA Clippers, and now the San Antonio Spurs, who we know just drafted Victor Wembanyama. And it sounds like Damian Lillard is really interested in going to San Antonio. Which team out of those 4, Miami, Philadelphia, the LA Clippers, and San Antonio, do you think that Dame Lillard ends up in?
Look, who sounds sexy? The one that was in the finals. Miami.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and if they want to run it back, he'd be on that team. Who knows if that's going to happen? But
they've got pieces that they could work a trade out. That Miami could for sure work. And Pat Riley being there, I can see that happening. I don't know where the odds are in Vegas, but I can also see Dame going to San Antonio. I see that. See that.
I see the potential of him just stay put where he's at.
No, I don't think he stays in Portland. I think his time has run up there. They don't build around him enough. His playmate has left. I think that Dame's out of Portland. It's just who's going to win the Damian Lillard sweepstakes because the guy still has some mileage left.
Jason, what are your thoughts on this?
Miami, Philly, LA Clippers, San Antonio Spurs.
I think it'd be interesting if he does go to San Antonio. I mean, I think San Antonio, they've got a once in a generation talent right there.
Maybe I hate overhypes. And
I mean, the way that everybody's kind of like turning out. But then let's say he goes there, get another.
You don't need much.
Yeah,
you just need
then all of a
couple
sudden
role players.
next thing you know, you're in contention.
So how far did the Spurs go this past season?
They were the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Okay. So is he going to go to a team like that?
But
No.
could that be the challenge that?
You're going to go to a winning team because you want to win.
True. I mean, like you said, Miami would be the easy option,
It's like
I
the
guess.
sexy choice, yeah.
And also, living in Miami too, so
Yeah, living
that's
that
what
life.
a lot of people kind of go for, like the lifestyle.
Yummy.
I mean, I would. Hello.
Lauren.
Beach.
Lauren, don't go get drafted by Miami. Like, that would be great if you could draft NFL cheerleaders.
Okay.
That would be awesome, right? Like, if you could be like, you know what? Because you were a cheerleader for the Texans. They were like, we want Lauren over in this. We'll give you 2 of our girls. You give us Lauren.
Coming to the Dolphins.
Why don't we do?
Okay. All right.
Why don't we do the show from Miami?
There
Let's
we
go.
go.
Sports
All right.
Meet us in Miami.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. We got some trivia.
Jeff's like, no.
No,
Okay.
I'm down. I go there all the time. We got some trivia coming up here at Christian's Tailgate. Look, we will be back on Monday with another show. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. She is Lauren Leal. He is Jason Vu. We'll see you guys next time.